Hey, it's Captain Roger. It's day 34. Let's go for a walk. Now, I know I've spent a lot of time working through the book of Exodus. It's because the whole book is about people learning how to walk with God, which is the underlying idea of what I'm trying to do by dragging my lazy carcass away from my computer screens for a few minutes each day. The idea of going for a walk just to get some exercise is not as appealing to me as the idea that I'm making some time to spend with God, both by observing His creation and by spending some time in His Word each day. And getting to share these things with you is great, but mostly I'm doing that just to keep myself accountable, so that if I don't go for a walk one day, I expect one of you to ask me why. Back to Exodus one last time though. The end of the book always reminds me there were a couple of really different ways to walk with God reflected here. Moses and his protege Joshua would go to meet with God in a tent of meeting. And some people confuse that with the tabernacle, which is the place that people of Israel could go to bring their offerings and their worship to God. But the tent of meeting is where the leaders who had learned how to walk with God went to spend time with God, and the tabernacle is where the people who were still working out what it meant to walk with God and how they could do that, it's where they would go to meet with Him. Now, these two ways to walk with God were different, but the result was the same. The people learned a new closeness with their Creator and a better understanding of who and what God was in their lives. Or at least, that was the idea. Moses, like I mentioned yesterday, he would spend a lot of time with God. And he would talk with God, make plans for himself, for the people, and he would walk with God as if they were part of the same family. In the temple, though, people would use ritual and formulas to relate to God. They would bring an offering, such as a lamb. They'd see it killed. They'd be reminded of the significance of this lifeblood being spilled as a substitution for their own. And then the meat would be cooked, and the priest would sit with the offerer, and they would share that meat together as a meal. Now, sharing food was kind of a hospitality thing that would bind the eaters together as a family. And as the priest was representing God, this sharing of the offering was a way of becoming family together with God. And so the people walked with God as if they wanted to be part of the same family. See, walking with God is intended to bring us into this family relationship. That's the point. We are made to be and to live and to work together. And back in Genesis, at the very beginning, God said it's not good for us humans to be alone. He made us with this need to rely on one another, to lean on each other. He built us with a desire to help one another. And we really only find joy when we are in community with one another, when we practice walking together. Speaking of which, I really need to finish this walk. Hope you come and walk together with me again tomorrow. Grace and peace to you.